As far as Derek Carr goes, then we got the potential of a Mike Thomas rebound. Supposedly he's excited about this move.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, Mike Thomas is another guy. We talk about Aaron Rodgers. I talk about Mike Thomas, and it's like, how much of that stock do I want? How many times am I going to get lured back in to the Mike Thomas sweepstake? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, when he set the NFL record for receptions the last time out there, it's so easy to know why we keep taking the bait, because the ceiling is
how many years has Josh Gordon fucked us over? Because he was really good in 2014.
He's making me some money in the XFL fantasy right now. I'm liking it. I'm back on the Josh Gordon trade. That's a story for another day here. Another degenerate tale.
We should just do a pod of just like really fun, ridiculous, just Aaron Rodgers, Josh Gordon, Mike Thomas. Just go through them one by one, ripping bong hits, and just really let it loose.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it'd be pretty big to rip through all that ourselves. But Derek Carr to the Saints, similar to what you were saying for Jimmy G. It's just, for him, do I really care? No, he's not somebody I'm going out of my way to draft. The Saints have been extremely run heavy since Drew Brees left, and I expect a very similar conservative approach, a good defense, ride that nice offensive line, bleed clock, and have Carr make the throws he needs to make. That's what Carr can do. And I do think this will elevate that offense that was playing with Andy Dalton all last year. This can't be considered a bad thing for the weapons there, and especially as we talked about the top Michael Thomas. Really the key takeaway here is how excited he is about this. I believe he tweeted out, "Thank you, Jesus," with the praying hands as soon as this move happened. So he was really integral. Apparently, after the signing, you get a lot of these quotes coming out from ownership. Yeah, Mike Thomas continued to say, Derek Carr, he's the guy I want. And not that you as a franchise should ever be catering to a guy who hasn't played a full season since 2019, but 149 catches, 25-yard season, the wide receiver, one of the best seasons we've seen ever at an NFL level. If he's going to be excited and at least on the field, pick 100 beyond, which is where he's going. His ADP right now is 120. I mean, we're talking 10th to 12th round is where you're looking to get Mike Thomas here. As a wide receiver 4 or 5, he still does have like top 15 upside. He really genuinely does. It's Mike Thomas. We haven't seen it in 3 years. Is he going to hit that? Very unlikely. But at that price range, you look at the other receivers that are going in that range, and there's nobody even close to the resume, the acumen, the upside that a actually happy Michael Thomas can be. And I think Carr, he already said, the first thing that happened was Mike Thomas called me right as I got traded for. We talked for an hour. My wife saw me smiling on the phone and was just, what was going on there? And she was like, me and Mike Thomas are getting ready to go face the world. And they're building this narrative together already. And I'm a sucker for a good old narrative, a good old redemption story.
I am too. I'm laughing at it, but I'm going to fall into exactly the same trap that you are. There's nobody at that price, at that spot in the draft that I would probably take before I would jump on Mike Thomas. I would do it. He was on my damn team last year.
Exactly.
And he had 1 or 2 good games.
Yeah, like and then he was out. Week, right? Like, he showed everybody why. I was scrambling to try to go get him after week 1, like trying to trade for him. And thankfully,
and then did he play? They play like 2 or 3 games like the rest of the year. His foot got banged up or something. I don't even remember what his final stat line is. It's the thing. You get off the phone with Mike Thomas. Me and Mike Thomas are going to take on the world. And then you like meet him at a strip mall or something like that. And he's like, gets out of his car and he's like hobbling because his foot, like he hurt his foot on the way over.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk, but the risk is mitigated when you're talking about that price range. Is it a trap? Likely a trap, but it's a trap at that
cheap
price.
Trap, though.
But that's the thing. We're talking about early best ball. And we probably should have said this at the top. Some of these prices we're alluding to are on Underdog. You can use code RSJ if you download the app, get up to $100 matched. The link is also going to be added to the description and comments, ideally, as we go here. But yeah, a great place to continue drafting. This is where he's going. I'm just looking at when I'm doing these early best ball drafts, who could I see rising 20, 30, 50 picks from here out? Let's say Mike Thomas and Derek Carr, the offseason workouts start coming in and the videos come in and Mike Thomas looks like
they're having breakfast together. They're having breakfast together.
Last year, he walked into practice, scored 4 touchdowns on his first 5 catches. That's what Michael Thomas does. He is an elite player when he's out there. And if this signing right now for Michael Thomas makes him more likely to be on the field, then I'm going to take that risk. Now, if he just starts jumping into the 6th, 7th, price range, 6th, 7th round, I'm not going to do that. But right now, when I'm getting in round 10, sure, why not, as my wide receiver 4 or 5 on these best ball teams, take a very, very 3% chance that Mike Thomas becomes Mike Thomas. At that price range, it's worth it because it's record breaking when you have Mike Thomas on the field.
You're right. I mean, the thing is, I'm arguing against nobody because I agree with you completely. I'm more just rolling my eyes to the entire internet about Michael Thomas, and like, his, like, just the percentage of games he's played over the past 3 years.
My gut I have a gut feeling this year, and I haven't really been back on the Mike Thomas train in a long time.
When was the last time somebody like took like 3 years off and then came back and was awesome?
Probably never.
It's probably never happened, right?
Never. No.
Right. So I don't know.
But
I don't know.
But again, when somebody breaks records when they're on the field, that's the guy I'll continue to bite back in on. If this doesn't get him going, I mean, this might be the final goodbye. But it's truly, I think, mentally with Michael Thomas. I think I don't want to play with Dalton. I don't want to play with Winston. I'm just going to be hurt all year until I get a quarterback I actually like. Is that a guy I really want to bet on? Not too heavily, but at a 110 price tag, sure.
Sure, why not? What kind of breakfast club would a Mike Thomas, Derek Carr breakfast club be? What do you think Derek Carr's eating for breakfast?
He's boring. He's porridge. Right. Like he's eating like unflavored fucking porridge.
He's porridge.
Yeah.
What flavor? Unflavored.
I think it's unflavored. I think it's truly just like cream of wheat. Like no sugar or brown, nothing. No flavoring for Derek Carr. He's boring as all hell.
That's fair. We said Matt Ryan was a Bran Flakes guy, right?
Yeah, that panned out.
Right. We were right. We were on it.
What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments. Check out some more videos and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.